She stared at her trembling hands, her brilliant mind reduced to a mere diversity metric by a boss who stole her work and crushed her spirit. But when her husband arrived at the towering glass office just to bring her lunch, he was met with cold, venomous disdain. Forced into the service elevator and branded a low-class courier because of his worn denim jacket, he stood in silence as his wife's boss spat insults at his very existence. The arrogant executive had no idea whose face he was stepping on. He had no clue that the simple man in the denim jacket held the power to destroy his entire world with a single word. A quiet storm is about to tear through these polished marble halls, and the fallout will spare no one. You won't believe what happens next. Subscribe and drop your city below. Marcus adjusted his worn denim jacket in the kitchen mirror. He preferred this simple clothing to expensive Italian suits. He heard Elena's heels click on the hardwood floor. She looked beautiful, but very tired. "Are you ready for the day?" Marcus asked. "I am ready," Elena said. "You did not sleep well last night," Marcus said. Elena sighed and adjusted her leather briefcase. "Julian rejected my layout again." "Why did he reject it?" Marcus asked. "He said it lacked pedigree," Elena said. Her voice was flat. Marcus felt angry. He knew her talent was superior to Julian's. "He does not appreciate your vision," Marcus said. "He wants my draft on his desk by 9, Elena said. "Then he will put his name on it." "That is outright theft," Marcus said. "It is the way things work there," Elena said. "I must endure it." She looked down at her polished shoes. Her hands shook. Marcus walked over and touched her shoulder. "You are the best architect in this city." "Talent does not seem to matter to Julian," Elena said. "Your hard work will shine through," Marcus said. "I hope you are right," Elena said. "I am just so tired of fighting." "Let me take you to dinner tonight," Marcus said. "I have to work late," Elena said. "Julian wants revisions." Marcus watched her face closely. Something shifted in his expression. "Then I will bring you lunch today," Marcus said. "I will bring that chicken sandwich you love." "You do not have to do that," Elena said. "I want to support my wife," Marcus said. "The office is very strict about visitors," Elena said. "I will just drop it off at the desk," Marcus said. "The reception desk is on the top floor," Elena said. "I can find my way," Marcus said. "Okay," Elena said. "That would actually be nice." She kissed his cheek. Her lips felt cold. "I must run," Elena said. "The traffic is bad." "Have a safe drive," Marcus said. "I love you," Elena said. "I love you too," Marcus said. She closed the front door behind her. The silence stretched. Marcus looked at the empty kitchen. He felt determined. He wanted to ease her pain. He walked to the counter and picked up his keys. He did not want to wait. He decided to prepare the lunch early. He went to the local market first. He bought fresh bread and organic chicken. He prepared the sandwich with care. He placed it inside a simple brown paper bag. He drove his modest sedan toward the city center. The tall glass tower of Sterling and Croft rose into the sky. It looked cold and gray. Marcus parked in a public lot. He walked toward the entrance with the paper bag. He did not know that this simple trip would change everything. Marcus entered the marble lobby of the glass tower. The floor was polished to a high shine. A large security desk stood in the center. Marcus held the brown paper bag in his right hand. A tall man in a tailored gray suit walked toward the elevators. The man had silver hair and a sharp chin. He stopped and looked at Marcus. His eyes showed deep disdain. "Deliveries go to the back," the man said. "I am here to see Elena Vance," Marcus said. "We do not allow couriers in the main lobby," the man said. "I am her husband," Marcus said. The man laughed. It was a cold sound. "Do not lie to me," the man said. "She does not have a courier husband." "I am not a courier," Marcus said. His voice was calm. "You are wearing a denim jacket," the man said. "You are holding a greasy paper bag." "It is a lunch for my wife," Marcus said. "Use the service elevator," the man said. Your presence clutters the main lobby." Marcus felt insulted. His throat tightened. He looked at the man's silver name tag. It read, Julian Sterling. "Is there a problem here, Mr. Sterling?" the security guard asked. "This man is refusing to use the proper entrance," Julian said. "I can leave the bag at the desk," Marcus said. "No," Julian said. "Take your trash and go to the back." "I only want to deliver this," Marcus said. "We have standards in this building," Julian said. "You do not meet them." Marcus looked at Julian. He saw the pure arrogance in the man's face. "I am just a man bringing lunch to his wife," Marcus said. "She is a senior architect," Julian said. "She should know better than to have you here." "My appearance does not change my right to be here," Marcus said. "It does in my building," Julian said. "Get out of my sight." Marcus chose peace. He did not want to embarrass Elena. "I will use the service elevator," Marcus said. "Make sure you do," Julian said. "And do not come back through the front door." Marcus walked toward the rear corridor. The security guard watched him. Before he reached the elevator, the guard spoke. "Just do what he says," the guard whispered. "He owns the place." "I understand," Marcus said. Marcus found the service elevator. It was gray and smelled of cleaning chemicals. He stepped inside and pressed the button for the top floor. The elevator doors closed slowly. Marcus stood in the small metal box. He looked at his reflection in the steel wall. He felt a deep sadness. He knew this was the man who controlled Elena's career. The elevator began its slow ascent. Marcus wondered what other insults his wife endured every day. He knew he had to keep his composure, but his anger was growing. Marcus stepped out of the service elevator onto the top floor. The carpet was thick and gray. He walked down the quiet corridor toward Elena's office. He held the paper bag tightly. He stopped outside her door. He heard a loud voice inside. It was Julian Sterling. "Your designs are too basic, Elena," Julian said. "I spent weeks on those plans," Elena said. Her voice was shaking. "They belong in a cheap public park," Julian said. "They are designed for the community," Elena said. "We do not build for the community," Julian said. "We build for the elite." Marcus stood frozen. He looked through the glass pane of the door. "And then there is your husband," Julian said. "What about my husband?" Elena asked. "I saw him downstairs," Julian said. "He's a low-class courier." "He is not a courier," Elena said. "He wore a cheap denim jacket," Julian said. "He looked unrefined." "Marcus is a good man," Elena said. "He dresses in rags," Julian said. "You have no right to judge him," Elena said. "I have every right," Julian said. "Your unrefined background is a problem." Marcus felt a deep rage. His hands clenched into fists. "You will never make partner here," Julian said. "I have earned that partnership," Elena said. "You have earned nothing," Julian said. "But I will give you one chance." "What chance?" Elena asked. "Secure a meeting with the CEO of Vance Holdings," Julian said. "I do not know him," Elena said. "Find a way," Julian said. "If you do not, you are fired." "He is the richest man in the state," Julian said. "Bring him to me." "He does not take random meetings," Elena said. "Then make yourself useful and persuade him," Julian said. "Use your charm." "I am an architect, not a lobbyist," Elena said. "You are whatever I need you to be," Julian said. "Otherwise you are unemployed." "And if I cannot?" Elena asked. "Then pack your things by Friday," Julian said. "That is not fair," Elena said. "Life is not fair," Julian said. "Get to work." The office fell silent. Marcus's breath caught. He looked down at the paper bag in his hands. He realized he was the very man Julian wanted to meet. He did not open the door. He knew showing his face now would ruin Elena's position. Marcus turned around. He walked back to the service elevator. He pressed the button. He felt a mixture of anger and determination. He would not let Julian destroy his wife. He would use this ultimatum to teach Julian a lesson. He stepped into the elevator. The doors closed. He held the paper bag close to his chest. He knew his next move had to be perfect. Marcus sat across from Elena at the wooden kitchen table. She was staring down at her plate. She had barely touched her dinner. Her eyes were red. "Are you feeling okay?" Marcus asked. "I am just tired," Elena said. "Did something happen at the office?" Marcus asked. "No," Elena said. "It was just a busy day." Marcus felt a deep sadness. He knew she was lying to protect him. "You can tell me anything," Marcus said. "I know," Elena said. "It is just work stress." "Did you get the lunch I brought?" Marcus asked. Elena froze. Her shoulders tightened. "The receptionist said a courier dropped it off," Elena said. "I see," Marcus said. "Thank you for the sandwich," Elena said. "It was delicious." "I wanted to make sure you ate," Marcus said. Elena looked up. Her eyes found his. "I do not deserve you," Elena said. "You deserve the world," Marcus said. "Sometimes this job feels too hard," Elena said. "Is Julian treating you well?" Marcus asked. Elena looked away. "He is just demanding." "Is he asking for something impossible?" Marcus asked. "He wants me to contact a client," Elena said. "A very important client." "Which client?" Marcus asked. "The CEO of Vance Holdings," Elena said. Marcus kept his face completely still. "Why does he want that?" "He wants a contract for a new cultural center," Elena said. "Do you think you can get the meeting?" Marcus asked. "I do not think so," Elena said. "He is impossible to reach." "Do you know anything about the CEO?" Marcus asked. "They say he is very private," Elena said. "He does not like corporate games." "He sounds quite sensible," Marcus said. "But Julian wants me to force a meeting," Elena said. "He threatened me." "What did he say?" Marcus asked. "He said I would be fired if I failed," Elena said. "Do not lose hope," Marcus said. "Things have a way of working out." "I might lose my job, Marcus," Elena said. "I will not let that happen," Marcus said. "You cannot stop Julian," Elena said. "He has all the power." "We will see about that," Marcus said. "What do you mean?" Elena asked. "I mean I believe in you," Marcus said. "You are strong." "I do not feel strong," Elena said. Marcus reached across the table. He held her hand. Her fingers were cold. "I am right here with you," Marcus said. "Thank you," Elena said. They finished their dinner in silence. Marcus helped her clear the table. Later, Marcus lay awake in the dark bedroom. The silence stretched. He looked at the ceiling. He felt a cold determination. He knew he could just tell her the truth, but that would not solve the systemic bias she faced. He wanted Julian to see his own prejudice. He wanted Elena to stand tall on her own merits. Marcus smiled in the dark. He had a plan. It would begin tomorrow morning. Marcus stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows of his office. The sun was rising over the city. The room was bright and modern. The door opened and David Vance walked in. David was holding a cup of coffee. He looked energized. "You wanted to see me early," David said. "I have a problem," Marcus said. "What is wrong?" David asked. "It is about Elena's firm," Marcus said. "Is she having trouble?" David asked. "Her boss is Julian Sterling," Marcus said. "He insulted me yesterday." "What did he do?" David asked. "He thought I was a courier," Marcus said. "He told me to use the service elevator." David was furious. His jaw tightened. "That is unacceptable," David said. "It gets worse," Marcus said. "He threatened to fire Elena." "Why?" David asked. "Because she cannot get a meeting with me," Marcus said. David laughed. It was a sharp, angry sound. "He wants a meeting with you?" David asked. "Yes," Marcus said. "He wants our business." "I will blacklist them today," David said. "They will never get a cent from us." "No," Marcus said. "I do not want that." "Why not?" David asked. "He deserves to be punished." If we blacklist him, he will just blame Elena, Marcus said. He will fire her, David said. Exactly, Marcus said. I want a different kind of justice, a poetic one. What are you planning? David asked. We are building a new cultural center, Marcus said. Yes, David said. The budget is $30 million. Send an invitation to Sterling and Croft, Marcus said. Ask them to pitch. David looked confused. You want to give him a chance? I want to invite him to a meeting, Marcus said. But he must bring Elena. I see, David said. Something shifted in his expression. He will think his threat worked, Marcus said. He will be arrogant, David said. Exactly, Marcus said. He will show his true face. And Elena? David asked. She will design the project, Marcus said. She will show her genius. And Julian will try to take the credit, David said. Yes, Marcus said. And that is when we will expose him. David smiled. That is brilliant. Draft the official request today, Marcus said. Send it directly to Julian. I will do it right now, David said. Make sure it looks very exclusive, Marcus said. It will be irresistible, David said. We must keep my name out of the initial contact, Marcus said. I will sign it myself, David said. He will think he has won, David said. Let him think that, Marcus said. The fall will be greater. I will send the courier immediately, David said. Thank you, brother, Marcus said. David left the office. Marcus looked back out the window. He felt a sense of anticipation. The trap was set. Julian would walk right into it. Clara Higgins sat at the reception desk of Sterling and Croft. She sorted the morning mail with practiced speed. She found an envelope with a gold seal. It was from Vance Holdings. She walked to Julian's office and knocked. Come in, Julian said. This just arrived, Mr. Sterling, Clara said. Julian took the envelope. He tore it open. His eyes widened. He jumped up from his leather chair. She did it, Julian said. The girl actually did it. Did what, sir? Clara asked. Elena got us the meeting, Julian said. Vance Holdings wants a pitch. That is wonderful news, Clara said. Call Elena in here, Julian said. Clara walked to Elena's desk. Elena looked up with tired eyes. Julian wants to see you, Clara whispered. Elena walked into Julian's office. Clara stood near the open door. She wanted to hear. You did it, Elena, Julian said. He held up the letter. Did what? Elena asked. Vance Holdings has invited us to pitch, Julian said. Elena felt confused. She had not contacted them. I did not do this, Elena said. Do not play modest, Julian said. Your pressure worked. I really did not do anything, Elena said. It does not matter, Julian said. We have our foot in the door. I will start working on the design, Elena said. Yes, do that, Julian said. But you will not be presenting. Elena froze. Her breath caught. Why not? Elena asked. The real minds of Vance Holdings want to talk to me, Julian said. I am the lead designer, Elena said. You are the face for our diversity metrics, Julian said. I handle the actual business. Elena felt humiliated. Her hands shook. I have earned the right to speak, Elena said. You have earned a salary, Julian said. Now do your job. This is my project, Elena said. It is my firm, Julian said. Do not forget that. Elena walked out of the office. Her head was down. Clara watched her walk away. Clara felt a deep guilt. She had worked at the firm for 20 years. She had seen this happen to many talented people. She had always stayed silent to protect her pension. Julian walked out of his office. He looked very pleased. Clara, prepare the presentation folders, Julian said. Put my name on the cover. Yes, sir, Clara said. Her voice was quiet. I want the binders ready by tomorrow. Julian called out. I will have them ready, Clara said. Julian went back inside his office. Clara looked at the blank folders on her desk. She looked toward Elena's cubicle. Clara felt angry. She knew this was wrong. She looked at the presentation files. A dangerous idea began to form in her mind. She decided she would not be silent anymore. Marcus watched Elena from the doorway of her home studio. She had been working for 2 days straight. Her drafting table was covered in sketches of the cultural center. You should rest, Marcus said. I am almost finished, Elena said. The design is beautiful, Marcus said. He looked at the sweeping curves. It is inspired by my grandmother's neighborhood, Elena said. It has a community plaza. It feels alive, Marcus said. Julian did not think so, Elena said. Her voice was flat. Marcus walked into the room. He sat on the stool next to her. What did he say? Marcus asked. He said it was too emotional, Elena said. Emotion is what makes art great, Marcus said. He said it was unrefined, Elena said, but he kept the files anyway. He is going to use them, Marcus said. Yes, Elena said. He is going to claim they are his. Marcus felt angry. He kept his voice calm. Why do you think he did that? Marcus asked. Because he knows it is good, Elena said. He just wants the credit. That is very unfair, Marcus said. I feel so small, Marcus, Elena said. He makes me feel worthless. You are not worthless, Marcus said. I worked so hard for this, Elena said. She looked down at her sketches. Her hands shook. He told me I cannot speak at the meeting, Elena said. Why? Marcus asked. He said I am just a diversity metric, Elena said. Marcus's throat tightened. He wanted to tell her the truth right then. He wanted to tell her that he owned the company. But he knew she needed to face Julian. She needed to see Julian fail on his own. Do not let him silence you, Marcus said. If I speak, he will fire me, Elena said. The truth has a way of finding the light, Marcus said. Elena looked up. Her eyes found his. What does that mean? Elena asked. It means you must trust your talent, Marcus said. Do not let him steal your voice. I am afraid, Elena said. I am right here, Marcus said. I will always protect you. What if the CEO of Vance Holdings is cruel too? Elena asked. He is not, Marcus said. I know he values integrity. How do you know that? Elena asked. I have read about him, Marcus said. He is a fair man. I hope you are right, Elena said. Tomorrow is the big day, Marcus said. Yes, Elena said. I hope it ends well. It will, Marcus said. I promise you that. He held her tight against his chest. He could feel her heart beating fast. Get some sleep now, Marcus said. I will try, Elena said. Marcus kissed her forehead. He felt a deep determination. He was ready for the morning. The office was quiet. Most of the staff had gone home. Clara Higgins stood by the copy machine. She held 2 sets of drawings. One set had Julian's name on every page. The other set was Elena's original work. Julian walked out of his office. He saw Elena packing her bag. Remember our deal, Elena, Julian said. I remember, Elena said. You do not speak tomorrow, Julian said. Not one word. I understand, Elena said. Her voice was quiet. If you open your mouth, I will destroy your career, Julian said. I have worked hard here, Elena said. And I can end it in a second, Julian said. You are there to look good. Do you think they will like the design? Elena asked. They will love it, Julian said, because I am presenting it. It is my work, Elena said. It is the firm's work, Julian said. And I am the firm. I will be silent, Elena said. Good, Julian said. I'm going to dinner. Clara, lock up when you finish. I will, Mr. Sterling, Clara said. Julian walked out of the office. The heavy glass doors closed behind him. Elena looked at Clara. Her eyes were filled with tears. Have a good night, Clara, Elena said. Good night, Elena, Clara said. Elena left the office. Clara was alone. Clara felt a deep anxiety. Her hands shook while she walked to Julian's desk. The official presentation binders were sitting there. Clara felt her heart beating in her chest. She looked at the gold seal on the Vance Holdings folder. She thought of Elena's kindness over the years. Elena was the only architect who ever thanked her. No more, Clara whispered. She opened the first binder. She saw the altered plans. Julian had removed Elena's name. He had replaced it with his own. Clara took a deep breath. She began to remove Julian's pages. She replaced them with Elena's original, unaltered designs. She did the same to the second binder. She worked quickly. This is my job, Clara whispered to the empty room. This is my pension. She knew she could be fired. She knew she could lose everything, but she was tired of the injustice. She finished the last binder. She closed it and placed it back on the desk. They looked exactly the same from the outside. Clara grabbed her coat. She turned off the office lights. At home, Elena lay in bed. She had a knot of anxiety in her stomach. She stared at the ceiling. She did not know what tomorrow would bring. She only knew she had to survive. She closed her eyes, dreading the morning. Elena walked through the heavy glass doors of Vance Holdings. Julian marched ahead of her with quick steps. Remember your place, Elena, Julian said. I remember, Elena said. Do not speak unless I tell you, Julian said. This is my design, Elena said. It belongs to the firm, Julian said. You are just a helper today. Elena felt miserable. Her hands shook while she held her briefcase. She looked at the polished marble floor. They entered the boardroom on the top floor. The room was large and bright. A massive mahogany table sat in the center. David Vance stood by the window. He looked powerful in his tailored suit. Welcome to Vance Holdings, David said. It is an honor, Mr. Vance, Julian said. His voice was eager. We have high standards here, David said. We meet every standard, Julian said. Sit down, David said. Let us begin the presentation. Julian sat at the table. Elena sat next to him. She felt terrified. This is Elena, Julian said. She is our diversity representative. David did not look at Julian. His eyes found hers. Welcome, Mrs. Vance, David said. Thank you, Mr. Vance, Elena said. Julian placed the leather binders on the table. He slid one toward David. This project is my personal masterpiece, Julian said. I want to hear about the community center, David said. Of course, Julian said. He opened his binder. Julian froze. He stared at the first page. His jaw tightened. Is something wrong? David asked. No, Julian said. Just a minor detail. Elena opened her own binder. Her breath caught. She saw her own name in bold letters. Her original, unaltered designs filled the pages. Elena felt shocked. She looked across the room. Please explain the layout, Mr. Sterling, David said. It is a very modern layout, Julian said. Why did you choose these materials? David asked. Julian stammered. They are very expensive materials. That does not answer my question, David said. The silence stretched. Julian's forehead was wet with sweat. The design focuses on the local history, Elena whispered. Julian glared at her. Be quiet, Elena. Let her speak, David said. His voice was cold. She does not know the full scope, Julian said. She is the architect, David said. Let her explain. Elena felt a sudden surge of courage. She looked at her drawings. The materials represent the old brick factories, Elena said. That is correct, David said. We wanted to honor the workers, Elena said. It is a waste of money, Julian said. I disagree, David said. Julian looked angry. His hands gripped the table. I am the senior partner, Julian said. But you do not know the design, David said. I created it, Julian said. Then explain the plaza, David asked. Julian stared at the page. He did not know what to say. The tension in the room was thick. Elena waited for his next lie. The plaza is a gathering space, Elena said. It is too large, Julian said. It cuts into our profit. We do not build for profit alone, David said. Of course not, Julian said. His voice was tense. The community needs this space, Elena said. You are being emotional, Julian said. Emotion is necessary, David said. Julian's neck turned red. He felt humiliated. I run this project, Julian said. You seem lost, Mr. Sterling, David said. I am not lost, Julian said. Elena looked at the gold clock on the wall. The minutes passed slowly. She knew Julian was trapped. She felt a small sense of relief. But she also knew her job was on the line. Julian would never forgive her for this. We need to see the final blueprints, David said. They are in the back of the binder, Julian said. He turned the page. He saw Elena's signature on the blueprint. Julian's eyes widened. He looked at Elena with fury. What is the meaning of this? Julian asked. Julian stared at the signature on the blueprint. His face turned pale. This is a clerical error, Julian said. Are you sure? David asked. My assistant made a mistake, Julian said. She put her name on my work. Elena felt angry. She stood up from her chair. That is not true, Elena said. Be quiet, Elena, Julian said. His voice was sharp. I want to hear the truth, David said. I drew these plans, Julian said. She only copied them. Then explain the curves of the roof, David asked. Julian looked at the drawing. He had no idea what it meant. They are decorative, Julian said. They are not decorative, Elena said. Shut your mouth, Julian whispered. Let her speak, Mr. Sterling, David said. Or this meeting is over. Julian's hands shook. He nodded slowly. Elena stepped closer to the presentation screen. She felt confident. The roof mimics the hills of the valley, Elena said. Why is that important? David asked. It connects the building to the earth, Elena said. It feels welcoming. And the glass walls? David asked. They allow the community to see inside, Elena said. It removes the barrier between people. David smiled. That is a beautiful concept. We want to inspire the youth, Elena said. The youth do not pay our bills, Julian said. They are the future of this city, Elena said. You are too idealistic, Julian said. It is unprofessional. Idealism is what we want, David said. Julian felt angry. He adjusted his silk tie. I can build a cheaper version, Julian said. We do not want cheap, David said. I can make it grander, Julian said. You do not understand the design, David said. It is my design, Julian said. The blueprint says otherwise, David said. It was a mistake, Julian said. You are the mistake, David said. Julian looked at Elena. His eyes were filled with hatred. You are fired, Elena, Julian said. Pack your things today. Elena's breath caught. She felt a cold dread. You cannot fire her in my boardroom, David said. She ruined this meeting, Julian said. She is finished in this city. She saved this meeting, David said. I do not care, Julian said. I own the firm. She is nothing. You are making a massive mistake, David said. I do not make mistakes, Julian said. He stood up and grabbed his coat. We are leaving, Elena, Julian said. Elena did not move. She stood her ground. No, Elena said. You defy me? Julian asked. I am staying, Elena said. You will regret this, Julian said. I will ruin your name. The large double doors of the boardroom swung open. A tall man stood in the doorway. He wore a dark, bespoke suit. Julian turned around. He stopped. Who are you? Julian asked. The man walked into the room. His steps were slow and heavy. Elena gasped. Her eyes went wide. Marcus? Elena asked. Julian laughed. What is this trash doing here? Watch your tongue. David said. He is a courier, Julian said. He does not belong here. The man stood at the head of the table. He looked at Julian. I belong here, Marcus said. His voice was quiet. Julian looked confused. This is a private meeting. This is my company, Marcus said. Julian froze. The room became completely silent. Marcus stood at the head of the long table. He looked at Julian. Julian's jaw dropped in horror. He took a step back. You, Julian whispered. Yes, me, Marcus said. You are the courier, Julian said. I am Marcus Vance, Marcus said. Julian's face turned white. His hands shook. This is a mistake, Julian said. I did not know. You did not know who I was, Marcus said. I was just protecting my building, Julian said. You were showing your prejudice, Marcus said. Elena stared at Marcus. Her eyes were wide. Marcus, Elena said. You are the CEO? I am, my love, Marcus said. Why did you not tell me? Elena asked. I wanted you to win on your own, Marcus said. And you did? Julian looked from Marcus to Elena. He felt a deep panic. Mr. Vance, please, Julian said. We can work this out. We have nothing to work out, Marcus said. I have a great firm, Julian said. You have a corrupt firm, Marcus said. I made a simple error, Julian said. You tried to steal my wife's work, Marcus said. Julian looked at the floor. I did not know she was your wife. Would it be okay if she was not? Marcus asked. Julian did not answer. The silence stretched. You called her a diversity metric, Marcus said. I was joking, Julian said. You threatened to fire her, Marcus said. I was just stressed, Julian said. You told me to use the service elevator, Marcus said. Julian's neck turned red. He could not speak. You judge people by their clothes, Marcus said. I am sorry, Julian said. Your apology is too late, Marcus said. We need this contract, Julian said. My firm will fail without it. Your firm deserves to fail, Marcus said. Please, Mr. Vance, Julian said. Your bid is rejected, Marcus said. Julian felt defeated. He looked old and weary. Marcus turned to Elena. His expression softened. But the design is brilliant, Marcus said. Thank you, Elena said. Her voice was shaky. I want to build it, Marcus said. But you just rejected the bid, Julian said. I rejected your firm, Marcus said. I did not reject the architect. Marcus looked at his brother. David nodded. We are offering you a direct contract, Elena, Marcus said. To me? Elena asked. To your own independent firm, Marcus said. Elena felt joyful. Her eyes filled with tears. I accept, Elena said. This is illegal, Julian shouted. She has a non-compete contract. Your contract is invalid, David said. You fired her. Julian realized his mistake. He had fired her minutes ago. You ruined yourself, Julian, Marcus said. Julian stood alone in the grand room. He had lost everything. Marcus walked over to Elena. He took her hand. Let us go home, Marcus said. Yes, Elena said. They walked out of the boardroom together. Julian was left in the silence. Elena held Marcus's hand tightly while they walked to the elevator. I cannot believe it, Elena said. Believe it, Marcus said. You are free. But she knew there was still work to do. Her mind raced with the possibilities of her new future. The news of Julian's behavior spread quickly through the architectural community. Within weeks, major clients began to cancel their contracts with Sterling and Croft. Julian's reputation was completely destroyed. No one wanted to work with a man who stole designs and insulted his staff. Julian had tried to sue, but his lawyers told him he had no case. His career was over. His firm collapsed. He was forced to sell his assets to pay his debts. Meanwhile, Elena established her own architectural firm. She rented a beautiful, sunlit office in a historic brick building. The brick walls were exposed. and large green plants sat in the corners. It was a warm, welcoming space. The brass sign on the door read, Vance and Associates. It was a symbol of her new beginning. Elena stood in the center of the room. She felt happy. The door opened and Clara Higgins walked in. Clara was carrying a box of her personal items. "Welcome to your new office, Clara," Elena said. "It is beautiful, Elena," Clara said. "You are our new office manager," Elena said. "I still cannot believe you hired me," Clara said. "You risked everything to help me," Elena said. "You deserve this." "I only wanted to do the right thing," Clara said. "And you did," Elena said. "You have a home here." Clara smiled. She set her box down on a large mahogany desk. "Thank you for giving me a second chance," Clara said. "You earned it," Elena said. Marcus entered the office. He wore his familiar denim jacket and a warm smile. "Am I interrupting?" Marcus asked. "Never," Elena said. "I brought some coffee," Marcus said. "You always know what we need," Clara said. Clara took her coffee and walked to her desk. She began to unpack her files with a joyful expression. Marcus walked over to Elena. He held her hand. "How does it feel?" Marcus asked. "It feels unreal," Elena said. "It is real," Marcus said. "I could not have done this without you," Elena said. "You had the talent all along," Marcus said. "I just helped clear the path." "You protected me," Elena said. "I will always protect you," Marcus said. They walked to the large window. They looked out at the city skyline. In the distance, the site for the new cultural center was being prepared. Large yellow excavators were already in place. "Our project starts next week," Elena said. "The community is very excited," Marcus said. "I want to make them proud," Elena said. "You already have," Marcus said. Elena felt peaceful. Her heart was full of joy. The humiliation of the past was gone. It had been replaced by a lasting legacy of justice. She looked at Marcus. His eyes found hers. "I love you, Marcus," Elena said. "I love you too," Marcus said. She rested her head on his shoulder. The warm sun shone through the glass. The silence stretched. It was a silence of pure peace. They had faced the darkness together and won. Love and integrity had triumphed over prejudice.